Yeah, what's poppin' Pumpkinheads? It's your boy Sweet Lou back again with pumpkin updates. It's been a while. I've been waiting for the weather to stop being drizzly, and that's just not gonna change. So here we are with updates in the rain. Um, I haven't opened up the pumpkin yet for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the picture of the squirrel that got trapped in there, and my speed run of starting to seal up. You can see the white lines here. Starting to seal up the upper layers where the the tarp on top of the pumpkin meets the tarp that's tucked into the rope on the bottom, and where they meet around the edges, I've started to sew that instead of the loose twist ties that are there. There's still more work there. That quick little 17 seconds was actually about 4 hours of work, as you can see by the clouds racing by as I'm down there. Apparently on my phone, any time lapse I take will be about 20 seconds, so I might try my GoPro for that next time. But okay, so let's go and take I'll walk you through entering through the hatch and opening up the pumpkin, and we'll take a look. What I expect is that a ton of white little mycelia will have grown over the dung that I left on the top of the pumpkin, which apparently I shouldn't have. I should have put that lower and covered it with just normal potting soil, which I might do later. But right now, yeah, I think it's a little premature. Maybe when I fertilize it next, I'll add some extra dirt. But okay, here we go. I will run you through. Snooper. Okay, so here's the hatch I get through. I've tucked it under this rope. There's a little hole here where I ripped it, and I'll have to patch that up. Sorry. Oh, okay. Just one sec. All right, you'll have to look at me for a second. You like this stash? That's my patch stash. As long as I'm growing a pumpkin, I'm gonna have this mustache. Plus, I think my costume for this year is gonna be Omni-Man from Invincible, which I think works great. Okay, so here we go. Unwrapped that, and now let's take a peek at what's going on. Oh, it drops a lot of water. Yeah, it's honestly too much tarp for this job, and it splays it on the ground. Okay, here we go. We're inside now. It stinks from chicken. Crap. Here we go. Not too much in the way of mycelia. It says it's 57 degrees. It peaked at 93 a few days ago. We'll just leave it here. I'll leave it a little loosey-goosey so air gets in there and just let it go. Yep. These are not ideal growing conditions because they're not getting much sun, and I've got to keep that tarp on them so it might make it more humid in there than is ideal. Oh, I got chicken crap on the back of my hair from the inside of the tarp. I gotta go wash my head. And it's chilly. I have a bit of burlap over there that I was using for when the sun came out, I think 2 days ago. I went to lunch and I was like, oh, the sun's coming out. I'll cover it with burlap sack. And then I came out of the restaurant I had lunch in to just sheets of rain coming down. And I was like, oh no, my pumpkins. And I had to run home to see if the burlap protected them from the heavy rain or whether I was going to come home to a soup of pumpkin. But the soil itself is pretty stable. It's loose but not compacted, but not, it doesn't melt away when water gets on it. So it's in pretty good shape. Yeah, there's 2 pumpkins in there. They're growing. One of them seems a little better situated and a little stronger, but both of their first leaves, the leaves that determine which way the vine is going to grow, are kind of stupid. They haven't had a strong sun signal from the south, so they're just both kind of pointed east right now, which would mean that the vines would start to grow east, and I'd have to twist them around to actually get them to go south, which is a bummer. So I might, if whichever one has a strong first leaf, I might try to rotate that pot without disturbing it off of its pedestal in order to get it so the first leaf is on the north side, facing south, so that the rest of the vine will grow south. I want that main to be right up here, and I want the pumpkin itself to grow right about here, like a nice centerpiece, so every time I look out the back patio, I'll see it growing. Yeah, next steps, I want to finish sewing this, but I don't like the way that, just for aesthetics, I don't like the way that white line looks. It's functional, but it's sort of squiggly, and if I pulled it taut, it may have functional problems, and it would be more aesthetically pleasing. So I bought some black line that I'm going to tie to the end of that and draw it all the way through, which will be less visible. And then I bought some orange line that I might actually run ribs north and south and just lean into the sort of pumpkin shape and make it more like a pumpkin looking thing, which I think just might be fun for the videos. So those are my plans, but I won't have a dry day to do it for the next week or so, so I might just do what I did last time and just get on my swim shorts and go out there and just embrace the rain and have a good couple wet hours, maybe this evening. All right, guys, thanks for checking in, my beloved pumpkin heads, and I'll catch you later. Patch